Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Rockin' Roundtable. My name is Matthias.
And I'm Shay. Or we should say, welcome us back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Welcome us back to our own channel.
Yeah, we were in Europe, in Sweden, for about 3 weeks. So we are finally back, and now we're going to start doing our reactions again. We're going to do some interviews, some podcasts, and really get started again, kick this off in a more consistent manner than with the last few weeks.
And be on the lookout for some vlogs.
Yeah.
During Sweden Rock Festival and just the trip in general.
Yeah, and also the interviews we did at Sweden Rock Festival. But
yes.
More about that later.
Then plus forgive us because we are definitely still jet lagged.
Incredibly
Definitely.
jet lagged. Yeah.
Those who know, you know.
I need to go to sleep now, but we'll manage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's we're a little late on some of these. We're trying to play catch up. So this is The Hand That Feeds, or Hand That Feeds, from the world of John Wick, the film.
The
movie, new one called Ballerina.
Is that out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
I want to see that.
Yeah. It came out while we were in Europe a few weeks ago. So,
okay.
And it's Halsey, who you're not very familiar with, and Amy Lee, who you are familiar with. And this came out May 29th, 2025.
Okay. And Amy Lee, she is from Evanescence.
Yes. And she does some solo stuff too, but, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of her band members might have been in the recordings as well during the, who knows. But
Yeah.
I think there's an interview and stuff. So, and she's actually got another, Amy Lee, actually, wait a minute. Evanescence actually has another song on this soundtrack as well called Fight Like a Girl.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's Evanescence. But she's also featuring another artist, another female artist. I'm not sure who that is. I can't think of. Maybe we'll do that reaction sometime soon, but I'm not sure. But this one came out first, so I'm really anxious for this one. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video. We will give a reaction, our review, and our rating. Okay. Hand That Feeds. Let's roll.
Spirit, I know you would tell a lie.
Where'd I do with that knife? No.
Yeah. Wow. That was pretty cool. And I felt the evanescence vibe in the beginning. Oh, the whole song really, but it didn't. We're missing the heavier guitars.
Right, but it had cool drums and stuff. Well, yeah.
I wonder if Amy Lee wrote it or not, or if it's some
good question. Yeah, it's a good question. Maybe she just helped write some of the lyrics. I think the song was already done, and it was for Halsey, and then she asked Amy to join her.
Oh, okay.
She just thought it would be perfect.
Yeah.
Together, like it would be better with.
And their voices together sounds really good. They have very similar voices.
Yeah. I don't. From the past, I know some of Halsey's other songs, and she always had a cool, dark vibe in a way, but she sounds extraordinarily like Amy in this one, more than normal.
Yeah.
but maybe she just felt the vibe. I know she really idolizes Amy. Like it was a dream of hers to sing with Amy on a duet sometime. So yeah, it's interesting. But
no, I mean that would make sense because Amy Lee and Evanescence, they have been so big for such a long time, since what is it, 25 years
almost
now?
25 years.
Yeah, which is pretty incredible,
right,
for a band today to stick around. Well, she is obviously the founder. Well, she was the founder with that guy who was in the first
Ben Moody.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I was going to say Ivan Moody, but
Moody.
They since high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
well, that's cool. And Halsey, so she's been a pop star, you said.
Yeah.
And do you have an idea how long she's been around?
At least 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little bit sooner, maybe a little bit later, but let's just say it's a good decade.
She was 8 when she started.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Amy's like 40, 41 or something. So Halsey might be 30 or 30, maybe, or like 35 or 34. Okay. She has one child though too, so does Amy. But she used to date, not that you care. She used to be in a relationship with the one who played Jeffrey Dahmer in the Netflix series. He was on an American Horror Story.
What's his name? Peters?
Evan Peters, yes. Yeah, they were in a relationship for many, many years.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
As a side note.
Yeah.
It's
and that's how she actually got my attention, because she was dating him. And I'm like, he's dating, she's that pop star, right? Anyway, this was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago they were dating.
Okay.
So. Anyway, that's beside the point. But I seen her on SNL performing, and so she had like a really cool black, like feathery outfit. So she's always been a little extreme and cool.
And speaking of that, I like the video. The video is really really good. The whole kind of, well, obviously the outfits and the story and her dancing, ballet dancing on. Ballerina, right? It's the name of the movie.
Right.
So.
And I think they flashed not many, but a few clips from the movie. So when you saw a chick that was fighting, she was wearing red, like karate.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's from the movie. And I think she might even be a ballerina as well, in her as her day job. But her nighttime job, she's like an assassin. But
that sounds like a great career.
Yeah. And so, I mean, she's got to fight men like John Wick, but it's like she's a tiny girl. But I guess that's why the whole other song that Evanescence has done on the soundtrack called "Fight Like a Girl," I think she was getting. I haven't seen the movie obviously, but I don't know if she got advice from Keanu Reeves, who's actually John Wick. He makes an appearance in it. He is in it, not like fully, but he is in it, a couple scenes. And I don't know if he gave her the advice or if someone else gave her advice on like, well, you don't have the strength, so it's got to be more skill. So maybe fight like a girl would, but with leverage. And so that's how the only way a tiny girl can beat a man. With fighting is with like leverage and stuff. So I guess it's all about that, but it's also but she's still an assassin. So she.
Yeah, now I would like to watch this movie. So,
yeah. I mean, we like the whole world of John Wick, and we like We just like fighting assassins, and
We like fighting assassins.
we like to fight assassins.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay, but then the song we said it's kind of evanescence sounding, but with a little bit of a pop. But it got heavy. Like I liked.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was going to get heavy after the intro. You know.
Yeah, I was wondering, like I always do. I think, how would this one sound live with the full band?
Yeah.
Probably pretty heavy then. So even more evanescence if it's live.
Yeah, and I think Halsey's doing. They did it at the Hollywood Bowl or something. It was just like, it was like a couple weeks before we left for Europe. But
Okay.
Evanescence opened up for Halsey, which is so weird. But I mean, they can both open up for each other. But it was a Halsey show, so a concert.
But maybe has a bigger audience now with the kids and stuff like that.
She might, yeah. It's like a different audience. But then, Amy came out, and I guess they did the song. They debuted it live. So,
cool.
So I don't know. There is a lot of. There's not professional footage, but there's cell phone footage.
Okay. Yeah. Let's check that out
Should be
as well.
interesting. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess it's time for some rating.
Yeah. So, well, this song made us curious. Now we want to see the movie for many reasons, but this is one of the reasons. But it's inspired us to do that. So anyway, this is cool. So I'm a huge Amy Lee fan. So and I'm curious to listen to a little more Halsey. I don't know if she.
Me too. I mean, her voice and her style and the whole vibe.
Yeah.
Around her.
Yeah.
Seems pretty cool. So I'd like to listen to it more. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll start.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is pretty cool. I mean, there's probably a rock version of this because you know how YouTube is.
Metal version of.
Yeah. So it just needed some guitar work, and it's pretty badass.
I mean, it's already done. Just added more guitar.
Just to make it a little heavier.
Because even the drums were heavy.
Yeah.
It sounded well. Not to take away from your rating here, but it sounded like it was a drummer from Evanescence.
It could have been, though.
Because he has that very unique style.
Yes, and it sounded like that dun dun dun. Anyway, we'll look into that dun 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 dun. What am I riding on a horse?
Go to rating now.
The Lone Ranger, the Lonesome Ranger. Anyway, so I think I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10 Marshall Stacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was exactly what I was thinking as well. 8.5 Marshall Stacks out of 10.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good. I was surprised. And when you said before, was this kind of a pop artist? I'm like, I don't know. But, we've been listening to so much pop lately. And all these different artists, well, specifically Lady Gaga, really changed my view of how many amazing pop rock artists in general, how much good music is out there. And it's exciting. And
especially pop artists that have a dark edge to it. And if you think about it, like Michael Jackson did. I mean, he had Slash and them doing guitar solos and on a lot of his work.
Steve Stevens, Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah. So he had a rock edge to him, even when he was like the king of pop. You know, but it makes it interesting. I don't think we're going to be going down the complete rabbit hole for pop stars, just like in general. But
no,
they have to have something special about them, like edgy.
Yeah, and Halsey, she has, and also the that I thought was a pop star, Poppy,
and she was, and she's very experimental, but now she's doing a metal thing, but she still mixes it with her pop music. It's kind of interesting too.
Exciting times. A lot of cool stuff coming up here in the next until we go on vacation next time.
Until we meet again. But we're so tired. We need some sleep. So okay. Well, that wraps up this video for Hand That Feeds. Hand That Feeds Halsey and Amy Lee. I'll feed. So, like that. Anyway, until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side.